Hello students, welcome back to you all, and you all are welcome on Accounting by Vineet Keshwani. So now today's topic will be how to identify that a person is a debtor or a creditor for the business. In the last video, we had studied about some transaction regarding to purchase and sale, and when the goods have been purchased or sold on credit basis, the need for debtor or creditor identification arises because whenever we purchase goods on credit basis, we owe some person or simply an amount remains due from our side to be paid to that person, to that supplier. Similarly, if we sell out goods on credit basis, the customer becomes our debtor. That is, we have the right, we have the entitlement to receive a payment from our debtor or from our customer. So first of all, try to understand these two contents. Debtor is that person from whom business is entitled to receive any amount, and a creditor, who is a creditor is that person to whom business is liable to make payment, or we can say that business have an obligation to make payment to that person. He is known as a creditor. So how to identify that a person is a debtor or a creditor? Let us start this. Suppose we had entered into a transaction, bought goods from Raman for rupees 50,000. So here, as discussed in earlier video, previous video, that entry for purchasing goods, in this entry, in this transaction, purchases account will always be debited, and here the personal account is given, that is the name of a person is given, and nothing has been mentioned that it has been purchased for cash or through means of check. So therefore it will be assumed that this is a credit purchase. It is the purchase which has been made on credit basis, right? It is a credit purchase. So therefore we credit the account of the supplier. Who is our supplier? Supplier is Raman, right? So purchases account debit to Raman, that becomes our entry. Number two, Raman returned goods worth rupees 10,000. Here the goods which were bought from Raman, we have returned those goods to him, right? As the purchases account has a debit nature, contrary to it, purchases return, or we can say return outward. Purchases return or return outward has credit nature, just opposite to purchases. Therefore, Raman is receiving the goods while we have returned the goods to Raman. Raman is the receiver. Raman's account has been debited and purchase return has been credited in this entry. Now we have to identify that who is Raman. There is a big question mark that Raman will become our debtor or a creditor. So simply how we will identify that Raman is a debtor or a creditor. So just have a look on transaction number 1, entry number 1. Here Raman account has been credited by 50,000. Raman has been credited by rupees 50,000, and in the second transaction Raman has been debited by 10,000. Which of these two is in excess? So we can say that Raman is in excess to credit of rupees 40,000. Raman, we have to identify him whether he is a debtor or a creditor. So in transaction number 1, Raman was credited by 50,000. In transaction number 2, Raman was debited by 10,000 rupees. So what is the net effect? That Raman has a net credit balance of rupees 40,000. And keep it in mind, whenever a personal account, if a personal account shows credit excess, then he or she will be considered as creditor. Whenever a personal account shows credit excess, whenever the credit amount of a personal account is greater, and in that case we can say that he is our creditor, he or she is our creditor. Who is a creditor? Against creditor, an obligation remains there for the business for making payment. An obligation for making payment arises. Cash will go out. Whenever we will make the payment, cash will go out of the business. And similarly, if a personal account shows a debit excess, then he or she is considered as a debtor. A debtor, when a right is arising for receiving the amount, cash will come in when debtor will make the payment to us. So transaction number 3 is regarding to Raman, regarding to transaction number 1 and 2. Third transaction is paid the balance amount to Raman. What we had done, we had paid the balance amount to Raman. So here, what will be the balance? Balance is rupees 40,000, and for that amount we have to pass an entry for payment. Entry will be Raman debit to cash account by 40,000 rupees. Let's try another one. Sold goods to Meera rupees 80,000. Again, no doubt that it is a credit sale, that sale which has been made on credit basis. So what entry should be passed? Meera account debit to sales account. Contrary to purchases, if purchase have debit nature, sales have credit nature, opposite to purchases. So sales account has been credited and Meera's account has been debited. She returned the goods worth rupees 20,000. Meera, what she had done, she had returned the goods. Just contrary to sale or opposite to sale account, as sales account has credit nature, sales return or return inward, we can also call it return inward. Sales return can also be called as return inward. So sales return account will be debited. Entry is sales return account debit to Meera. Now the third transaction, received the balance amount from Meera. Now first of all, you will have to identify that what Meera is. Either whether she is a debtor or a creditor. So in first transaction, what we have seen, that Meera has been debited and Meera's account has been credited in second transaction by 20,000. What is in excess? So we can find out clearly that Meera is in excess with debit balance of rupees 60,000. So Meera was debited by 80,000 and credited by 20,000. Therefore, the net amount balance due from Meera is debit balance rupees 60,000. Now Meera's account is showing a debit balance, and what we can conclude? We can conclude that Meera is a debtor for the business because its account has been shown at the debit excess, right? So if a personal account shows a debit excess, then he or she is a debtor, and here our business have a right to receive the payment. Receive the balance amount from Meera. So the balance amount was 60,000 and we are going to receive it. Cash will come in, therefore cash account will be debited, and as Meera is the giver, therefore Meera account should be credited. So entry is cash account debit to Meera. You can also try these transactions and the final balances have been given. That's like in this transaction number 3, paid the balance amount to Ajit. So you can easily find out from the above examples, you can easily find out what is the balance which is payable to Ajit, or here in the 6th transaction, receive the balance amount from him, that is receive the balance amount from Praval. So you can easily identify that these persons are debtor or creditor of the business, and the answers have been given to you. So here we conclude our session. Thanks to all for joining us. Stay watching, stay connected. Please like, subscribe and share if you like it. Have a nice day.